right, fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present the rerounds of mixed martial arts in the lightweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Rejuveline, Icon TV, and Chapala Express. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, George Gallegos. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the left corner on the blue corner. He is wearing red and black trunks. He is training out of Noah Tillis BJJ in Whittier by Mexicali, Mexico. He weighed 165 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Bryan Zevada. His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing black trunks, trim in white. He is training out of Fight Science MMA, Los Angeles, California. He weighed 166 pounds. His record, no wins with 1 loss. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Eduardo Orellana. All right, fans, here we go. The rerounds of mixed martial arts in the super lightweight division.
You want to call favorites for this one, Raf? Right off the bat? Two friendly gyms fighting.
No, we have a lot of friends all over the place.
Both of these, yes. I know. This will be exciting, though. Both of these guys produce a lot of great fighters. So some good punches, some good kicks. And wow, Zevada immediately level changing, and that was probably not the worst decision he could have made.
No.
Good takedown, and you can see his opponent trying to, it looked like he was trying to sneak out the back door, but now maybe looking to underhook this leg and make an angle.
And in that particular case for Zevada, he had that underhook, which was very helpful from side, but inside of guard can sometimes be a little bit of a hindrance. It's not quite opened up anything yet, but man, now going to work here. Bryan trying to get some extra little moments here on the judges' opinions, but now Eduardo starting to fire back, gets in a couple jabs for his efforts, John.
Yeah, Eduardo with a good left hook. Oh, nice right straight there.
Nice,
good high kick. I like that, throwing that outside leg kick and then using that to go into a body lock, moving right to the back. Zevada trying to throw that first hook in. Oh, gets a second hook. Nice. He needs to square up his hips to the hips of Eduardo. Add an angle here, even if he gets the choke locked in.
Yeah, it's tough. You can escape here, but you could definitely make it uncomfortable for your opponent. And it's not bad to start transitioning into that mount, which, guess what? He just does. And you get another attack potentially at that back. Opts to stay here almost in this half guard. Yep. But he is controlling this action for the past minute or so very heavily here, John.
Yeah, a small mistake. He was trying to monitor that crossface. Yeah, you don't want your opponent to be able to crossface you and or hit you. It is MMA. Didn't keep his elbows disciplined enough to close that distance, close the space, and then Zevada able to get that head and arm from half guard. Not doing a ton with it, though, so interesting to see how the judges will score that one with the takedown and the control right at the end.
I mean, Bryan looked pretty good in that round. Very resourceful. Found himself in spots that, he had the advantage and maybe started losing a little bit. Good transition all the way throughout. And even when he found himself in his opponent's half guard, you got the sense where he was thinking about, do I go back to taking the back or do I stay in the side control and maybe try to run up the score on some of these strikes? And I almost wondered if he was thinking in his head, if I take the back again, is it going to be worth my time for an opponent who showed his ability to get out unless I've got a really, really good lock on this? Meanwhile, for Eduardo, all the way throughout, Eduardo, for being put in these really bad positions, looked incredibly calm.
Yeah.
And I venture to believe that Eduardo, at one point at the very beginning, maybe at the minute 30 mark, was looking to take the back there and try to escape out. But that underhook of that arm, lifesaver for Bryan. Made sure he kept his balance as he was trying to pass there. So a very, very good technical fight thus far in. We go to our second round right now to see which one of these gentlemen is going to end up taking this fight. And
oh,
again,
a side
with kicks,
kick.
yes.
Okay. Nice. Zevada with that side kick. Eduardo, nice 1-2. Oh, body lock, though. Very nice from Zevada. Just able to bully Eduardo down. And now in full mount, Eduardo trying to figure out how he's going to get out of here. Does turn it into a half guard, but that will stick you on bottom. Now thinking about maybe giving his back.
Yeah.
If he gets high with his hips, he might be able to shuck Zevada over the top.
And just saying, John, it's kind of weird, but noticing the hesitancy to fully commit to the back here. I think he's really trying to make sure that he's not going to lose the position at all. So he's willing to go back to side control. And here, look, the transition happens, but he's doing it with the security of going straight back to mount and making sure he doesn't overcommit, lose any kind of momentum he's got. Because right now, he is putting on that effort. At one point, it looked like he was thinking for a rear naked choke here, but instead opts to stay up, trying to go as high as he can over here. But again, look, he's totally fine with being in this half guard.
Yeah, and if you're on bottom here too, I'm sure it's one thing to try to play your normal jiu-jitsu game and escape, but when you have to worry about punches, it really changes things a lot. Although, if you can keep your composure, kazushi, as they call it in judo, or off balancing, is your best friend on bottom. If the attacker on top is constantly trying to check their balance and are having to post their hands, they're not hitting you. So, beautiful mount, though.
Gives way to what I was thinking, which was he wanted to get to a mount position and just unload, and willing to let himself get back into a half guard position, because half guard is not bad for those people who are in fights. If you're on topside half guard, you have the ability to unload and continue a pass should you choose to do it. And we've seen him easily get to mount and then say, I don't care if I keep this mount, I just want to lay down some strikes on him.
Here, high hips, looking to pass through. Not enough time, though, and it looked like a solid round for Zevada there. Yeah, and you can see, wow, Ian, Eduardo's coach, very giving a passionate speech to him here in the last intermission.
It's tough, John, because sometimes these coaches know their fighters' capabilities, and they know you're on the wrong side of this decision right now, and that you're not out of it, but if you don't answer in this third round with something explosive, some kind of finish, some kind of submission, you're going home without the W today. So I see the urgency with Coach Ian, but meanwhile, it's a different story with Coach Noah. Coach Noah looking like he just came back from the beach and telling his guy, hey, listen, things are looking good. Let's not be dumb about what we do. And your instincts have been very apt so far. So it has been very, very interesting to watch those two storied coaches go with their fighters right now inside of this cage. And we're about to see the last round of action between these two fighters right now.
Yeah, let's see if Ian made a good plea to his fighter. Try to say something to him to get him motivated. And I like that 1-2 right into the body lock again. Zevada has been great with that, closing the distance and getting the body lock. Here, though, a little bit different. I like the way that Eduardo immediately stood up. So, good 1-2, and those connected for Zevada. Looking for that left uppercut. Good 3-2 there from Eduardo.
John, you're so right about these body locks that he's been attempting the entire time. Like, he rushes in and almost gets locks later. Like, legitimately just says, let me get on the inside and let me get put in some work. But right now, Eduardo at least putting up some defense now. You saw Coach Noah in the background telling his fighter, telling Bryan to bring him closer to him, and he delivers it right now. And now Noah's basically telling him, let's keep advancing. Let's try to stay as high as possible here for this mount. And look,
nice.
Just
Eduardo,
had a but told him
off.
Right then again, Noah says, bring him back to the side.
Good left hook from Eduardo.
Eduardo did connect there. You are completely right.
Another one.
Once again, John. This is a very different tale that's happening in this third round. Eduardo looking much better right now. 44 seconds. Can he get it done? Bryan's guard is down. That's very dangerous for this fighter. He's going to look for that body lock right now, which is very good to do. Go back to your bread and butter. Make sure you're going to put him up against the cage and see if you can suck him back a little bit, because you can make that body lock work here. Just pulling him back slightly and driving forward at that same time is something we've seen him do multiple times throughout this fight.
Yeah, this one a little bit different, though, because now Eduardo's got an underhook on one of those. Oh, but grabbing, going low and getting the legs and yanking him away from the cage. That's Yeah, a little bit unexpected because he was so content with the body locks earlier on. So well done
But
from
John,
Zevada.
if there was ever a time you need that,
Yes.
it's one where it prevents you from taking any kind of damage. And even in that, Eduardo's still trying to fight back.
Oh. One a little bit late there, but I don't think that was intentional
I think they're
at all.
okay. I think the boys understand
Yeah.
this is all within the fight game. A lot of love in that cage. And I got to say,
was a good fight.
as good as Bryan Zevada looked in that fight, Eduardo was really coming alive. That speech may have really inspired something out of him.
I think Ian really hit the mark there with whatever he said to him in between rounds. That was his fighter came out way better in that third round. So,
John, I'm going to interview whoever ends up winning this, but very intrigued to see how this one plays out, sir. So I'll see you in just a second.
yep, and here we get a replay. This was that
first round.
the first round, the back, the choke from the back. It was an attempt, at least. Oh, and there was good, and a lot of these punches were connecting for both fighters coming in, and it just really, and there was the 1-2 from Zevada. But Eduardo connected a lot on these two, and there was that. It was a hook, left hook, but nearly like a left hook uppercut coming in that 45 angle, and it was just right on the money. Both these guys got pretty good chins, though. Taking some pretty solid shots. No one looked too wobbled. And Zevada is just living it up out there. He's got a little hematoma above one of his eyebrows, and he just wants to shout it out to the world. Maybe a little bit more than a little hematoma. Both these fighters did very well, though. Neither one should be ashamed of their performance. And here we're going to go back to the cage for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges cage side scored the bout 30-27 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, the blue corner, Bryan Zevada.
Sir, I'm happy to do it either way. Would you like to do the interview as we get full side curb service here, sir? Congratulations, Bryan, on a big win. That was a really fun fight. How you feeling after that much-deserved win?
Oh, I'm excited, man. Like, I want to get back in here, tighten up some things. And before I continue, all glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who makes this, events possible, man. Like, I'm just a kid from Mexicali with a dream. And, I'm working, man. And that should just be testimony to anybody that wants to do something in their life. Open a business, change your life, man. It's possible. Don't let anybody tell you it's not possible. And I love you all. You'll see me again very soon.
Sir, do you have anything left to say? Because you hit all the marks right there, but I'm just wondering, any further shout-outs or anything you'll want to close on?
Of course, I couldn't do this without my coach, Noah Tillis, Cowboy, my main sparring partner. We go all the way to San Diego as well. Switch Muay Thai, Andy, Murat, I see you. Danny Navarro in Riverside, Ironman MMA. Here we go. This is where we're at now. I love you all, guys.
Hey, that was a hell of a fight. Thank you again for all of your time, all of your efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bryan Zevada.